Alright guys, so we're just doing a little sampling program on an old logging road. We're going to be getting a bunch of grab samples here. And you can see all this slough rock, which was not previously here. It's been raining and there's lots of snow. Looks like a lot of this is eroded. So we're just going to pull a few samples off this. I can see some oxidized rocks here, which appear to have some sulfides. So we'll pull a few samples, hammer them open, and we'll see which one we're going to send in. Alright, so we just spent a little bit hammering some samples open. You can see minor amounts of sulfides. So you're probably looking at about 5% of your rock is mineral. So your sulfides are primarily iron pyrite here. So what we're going to do is we'll show you the sample we actually send in, best one we find, and we think that what happened is when they were digging out for the road, they exposed this, and just now the outcrop has become visible from the rain. So we're gonna pull some samples off the outcrop, and we'll see what comes out of that as well. Here's one that we just hammered off. So this consists of pyrite and minor amounts of chalcopyrite. And over here you have a few more samples. Not expecting anything crazy out of these, but definitely a good indication that you have some sort of mineral deposit, either found as disseminations, or you're going to have a vein similar to the other ones, which is schistose with quartz and feldspar. Alright, let's keep hammering away, and we'll show you everything. You can see the exposure all over. We've exposed a couple spots here. So a lot of this has started to slough down now because of the rains. There's a few spots exposed. And you do have disseminated mineral, but it's not anything crazy. Doesn't look like there's any free milling metals in there. So we'll have to find the best sample, and this is probably a good exposure that we would recommend for trenching, ripping off some of this overburden to get to the subcrop. More sulfides, a little bit more in this one. Again, this is looking just like pyrite, but pyrite does often come with other metals, some precious, some base. So we got more slough down here, about 30 feet away. All this rock's fallen off, and got a little bit more oxidization here. These rocks aren't mineralized, weakly mineralized. Not too much here, but we did find a sample right below over here that had fallen off this outcrop here. So this had pyrite in it. So pyrite, a little bit of chalcopyrite. For those of you who don't know, pyrite is a iron ore, and it is magnetic. So here's the samples here. You can see the reddish, that is your pyrite. Not a whole lot, but there's primarily pyrite and chalcopyrite still. Got some there. So this is going to be the sample we're sending in. There, you got more pyrite in there. Chalcopyrite is your yellowish, and your pyrite is the silvery. So there's more pyrite there. So some people have asked me, why is your pyrite, why does it not look a brassy color? That's simply because of the elemental makeup. When you have several elements such as a silver, they can change the composition of your pyrite or whatever mineral it is and change the color. So this is going to be our sample right here. Send that in, post the assay results at the end of the video, and now let's move on to the next spot. Alright, so my prospecting partner just pulled something off this rock here, a nice looking sample, most likely from the same area. There's some slough rock down here. We're near the edge of a quarry, about 50 feet away from that last exposure. You can see you have a weakly argillitic rock, and it's in contact with your deposit of schists. So let's go take a look at that. Alright, so you have the couple small exposures all along here that we just sampled, and your oxidization and disseminated mineral continues all the way over here up until about here, and then you can see you have a different change in host rock, and you have your weakly argillitic rock, and your contact zone is right here. So they actually quarried this out for road fill. So this is the stuff we're interested in. There used to be a showing along here. What do you know it, right along your contact zone. However, they covered this up on us, so we can't get to it anymore. So the sample from down the hill, you can see mix of your argillites and schists, more pyrite and chalcopyrite, and a little bit of pyrrhotite. And then your second sample right here, which is a little bit more mineralized. You have more solid masses, which is similar to what the showing was. Now, we didn't even get to sample this showing, so we're assuming that this is a similar grade of what it is, so we're going to send this in and see what we get out of this. Alright, so that's actually an exposure of mineral right there. You have similar deposit as the other one. Disseminated mineral. So my prospecting partner's down there, and he's hammering a few pieces off so we can take a look. You can see I have sulfides. This one's a little bit more mineralized than the other one. So you have some solid hunks of mineral in there. And there's a little bit of quartz too. So these are some of the samples he pulled off. Take a look at them quickly. So that's a nice sample right there. We'll put this one aside as part of our sample. So you definitely have some feldspar in there. Probably just send in a mix of these samples here off the exposure. Kind of want to get an average grade of everything. You don't want to just take the best sample. So you can see that's chalcopyrite in there with a little bit of pyrrhotite, and you do have looks like sphalerite over there too, and your pyrites, of course. last hunk here. So I think this will be kind of the mix of the samples we'll send in. I really like this one right here. So we'll send in this for our next assay. So that's all the time we have for at this location. So check out our other YouTube channel if you want. We're going to have clips from all over the place. The link is going to be in the description, so check that out. And we'll see you guys next time at the next video.